Wake up, it's that time again. The sun's not here, but we're on again. Grab your coffee, grab your crystals and gather round. It's not lunch, it's not breakfast, it's the time we found. For brunch, well maybe we're busy. For brunch, maybe we're lazy. For brunch, well maybe it's conquest. For brunch, or a real request. But brunch is the time that we make for each of us, where we ask Egnards dumb stuff, because brunch will always be the special time for Egnards and for me.
Hey, welcome. Good morning. It is brunch time. It's both my favorite and my least favorite brunch time. It's the week before Hell Week when nothing is going on in game at all. So I have to make shit up for 2 hours instead of having the game to rely on. But at the same time, if there is anything going on in the game, it's also a nice time to just chat and communicate and talk about the changes that we have seen. Unfortunately, we haven't really seen very much, which I do think is it's a symptom of the new way that CG does content. We get everything up front, and then we have 3 months of just sitting around. So good morning to everybody who's out there. Bodhi, thank you for letting me know I passed my test. I passed my CPI test last week with 100% because I am an overachiever. Xander, fuck you, because I don't know, man. You probably did something that I hate. It's your favorite Hell Week. I am excited for Satil Shan. I'm not really, I've said this before, I'm not really an Old Republic kind of guy. I don't know the characters as well. Revan is kind of cool. Satil as a character means nothing to me. But what I am excited for is to have potentially a reliable stranger counter. Because GAC has been just so frustrating over the last couple of weeks, where it comes down to all these different characters that could work or couldn't work. People in the beginning are like, oh, Treya works every time, until it doesn't. Oh, Jedi Master or Base Windu works every time, until it doesn't. Oh, Lord Vader works every time, until the entire team just focuses Lord Vader down, and then you're screwed. Oh, try Quad May. Quad May works great until she doesn't. I'm excited to just have a character that seemingly is going to shut that down, because I'm done with it. I can't anymore. Kimmy, good morning. STX. Adis, we've been chatting since earlier. It is hopefully TW Hero Day. It did look like a TW Hero Day yesterday, and we will see if that comes to fruition. I haven't looked at the board since last night, but it did look easier. I am excited for the Krons to be gone. I benefited from it to some extent as someone who does not spend as much. And I'm so done. There's so many counters that work until they don't. But I will say I looked through my whole GAC thing this morning, and I found 4 instances of my Gungans beating JML. And I looked through all of my battles in 5v5 with these Ubercrons, and I looked this morning at like 5:45 in the morning. There were wins against JML. There were wins against Mandalorians. There were wins against Treya. There were wins against Great Mothers. And as we like to say here, my Gungans fuck. They fuck so hard. I got tagged in the event server last week because somebody lost to my Gungans. They're not going to be as great without the Ubercron, but oh man. I've been propped up significantly by these Krons. Yeah, one thing, I was actually talking to Shadow. I don't know if he's here right now, but I was talking to him last night. One thing that I think that a lot of people haven't talked about yet, something that I personally believe is kind of fucked up that CG did. They released the Bad Batch crons, and they put in a cron for Hunter as a mercenary, and Hunter as a mercenary goes with Balin, and they let everybody get this stupid Hunter mercenary cron, and then boom, there's a Balin cron. It just seems really fucked up to me, but you know, it is, I guess it is what it is. Varus Healercron and LV Hero being propped up because of Healercron. There's no healers on that team. That I'm aware of. Right? Everybody either used attacker cron or support cron, and I always got fucked when I faced support cron because Bane did not beat support cron as easily. Not for our first clones. Right? CX2 is a support. Scorch is a tank. I need to get a Vayne cron though. That seems to be like silly. Like silly. Oh yeah, no. Oh, okay. I thought that they were. I didn't. They're independent clauses. I got you, Owie. I thought you meant one and then the other, or both together, not one and then the other. Yeah. Can we be done with fucking Varus? Like, she's had her time in the sun. Every cron affects Varus, which just affects Ray, and then Ray sits there and is the most amazing team until now because Hondo and Vayne is going to be silly, and I'm not looking forward to facing that in fives when that comes back around. I think it'll be not too terrible to face in threes, you know, but we'll see. We'll find out. I do want to give one very bright fuck you to Phil this morning. I thought I had I don't want to say any names, but I thought I had a really nice recruit coming into Awakened Mandalorians yesterday. We need one person right now. So if anyone, you know, is in an underperforming guild and is at our level, and Phil came in and bandersnatched that motherfucker from me. Piece of shit, Fat Phil came in and took my recruit. Asshole. Oh, I hate him. Is it bright in New Jersey? It is. It is relatively bright. It is 7:40 in the morning, and it's been bright for about a half hour or so ever since I started. But when I woke up, Vance's time to shine. When I woke up at 5:45, it was still dark. Oh, man. Vance's time to shine. Yeah, well, I heard Vance can't get a guild right now from posting on Reddit. Though, win some, you lose some. Vance did have a really great point on Reddit a few days ago, though, and I felt kind of bad because he was the one that posted and everybody shit on him. But he basically said that, you know, in TW, there should be a form that you can just set, right? Just like in GAC. And I've been telling Meathead that forever. And it just because it came from Vance, everybody shit on him. But it's smart. There needs to be a form in TW that all of your teams are there. You can move them around. You can put your datacrons on, and you can just hit set all. And it'll set all for you. That would be so beautiful. And he got shit on because, you know, I mean, rightfully so. It's Vance. Very sunny, yeah. Well, Kimmy, I'm hoping it rains because we just got French drains put in our basement. Our basement was completely ripped out for the last 3 years. We just bit the bullet. We just put in the French drains, and now it has stopped raining. And I just want to see them in action. I want to see them working. Wales border needs to be fixed by new game mode. Yeah, actually, Owie, I got to tell you, Phil and I had a conversation about it a day before he posted that video because he messaged me. And he was like, hey, I have this really hot take. And he was like, you know, whales are really, really bored. And I didn't listen to his video yet. I only, this is from my conversation with him. I haven't had time to listen to his video. But he kind of explained the rationale to me. And maybe some of the things I said made it into his video and he changed. But one of the things, actually, let's switch to the other camera just so I can show you. So we'll pop in. One of the things that he said to me was that whales are bored with Colosseum and that they're bored with the game because they're bored with Colosseum. And what I had essentially said to him was that the problem is that Colosseum is not an interesting game mode. And Colosseum is not an interesting game mode because you can't actually use the teams the way that they're meant to be used. So in the first era, we kind of gave them a little bit of leeway. We were like, all right, like this sucks, but this kind of sucks, but like it's 7 different teams. They don't work together. We're going to give them till the second era. But now we're in the second era, and I have 4 characters, or 3 characters that work together in this cohesive 5-man, right? And I go, hey, great. Like, Cinta is supposed to work with Clea because Clea has Underman. You can't manipulate the speeds of your characters. You know, like, my Clea always goes right before the boss. Undermine lasts 1 turn. I never get to use Cinta in the way she's intended to be used. If Undermine gets resisted, my entire run is fucked at that point. If Vel or Saw, their blind gets resisted, you're fucked at that point. And it almost always does get resisted. So there's really no strategy to Colosseum. And if they allowed us to actually strategize in Colosseum and they designed the bosses in a way where you could actually move things around and tinker the way that you're intended to, the game mode would be more interesting. That is why whales are bored with it, because it's just a stat check. It's a stat check that you can do 5 times, and sometimes you just get really lucky. Sometimes you get 2 dodges in a row, and now you do 10% more, right? Or sometimes something resists, and you just leveled up 8 times, but now you're doing 20% less. Adis, before Cinta came, there was no reason to use that middle special. But if you can line it up so that Clea goes and everybody else on your team goes afterwards, if you use that middle special, Cinta fucks. Her exposes on out of turns attack do so much damage, but you can never set it up. And the turn meter tracker is useless. You look at that turn meter tracker and you go, oh, hey, Clea goes and everybody else goes. Now you use that middle special, but the enemy gets 25 speed. So now the boss goes right before everybody else and Undermine becomes useless. When you can set it up, so much damage. So much damage. It's just so hard to set up because you can't control the boss or the RNG or the TM in any way, shape, or form. How does a French drain work compared to a regular drain? Rayrock, a French drain, there's 2 ways to do a French drain. You can do an internal or an external. The guy that I had do mine told me, he recommended that we do an internal one inside the house. And basically they dig up about a foot of, hey, Link, what's up, man? Hopefully you slept. They dig out like a foot around the entire cement foundation, and they put a drainage system around the entire perimeter of your house, and it hooks up to a sump pump. So if you get water that leaches in through your foundation, it instead leaches down into that tunnel system and then gets pumped out, right? And then they take a drainage in your backyard or your front yard, and they dig it under about like, I think ours is like 20 feet out from my house, and it's under like 3 feet of grass, and it digs out, and then all of that water gets pumped out to the back of my backyard onto an incline. So it will allow me to use my basement now. It'll allow me to put in stuff in the basement. Obviously, French drain systems are expensive, so it's probably not going to be right away, but it allows us to use it, and that's nice. You understood that we should have gotten new bosses in every era. I don't know if they said we were supposed to get new bosses in every era, but I think it was reasonable to assume that in the second iteration we'd get some new bosses. What I had really hoped, because I didn't think they would come up with 4 new bosses every time, what I had really hoped would happen if we go back into this Coliseum here and we go over to our featured info is that like we'd get one new boss and one boss drop off, right? Maybe we don't drop off the Jotaz because that's the easiest one. Maybe we drop off the Pirate ATST because that thing can get fucked. New boss there. And then the next era, we get another new boss. And then the next era, we get another new boss. And then over the course of an entire year, we now have 8 bosses that they can cycle through. But going back to the Coliseum, there are some things that are just really stupid annoying. This Dryax, Phil and I were talking about this. I'm supposed to manage the health on this stupid Dryax, but nobody does any damage except for Clea. So I hit the one guy with everybody for 1%, 1%, 1%. And then I hit the other guy with Clea and do 30% damage. And now I'm fucked because everybody is dying because they are taking all these turns and doing all of this damage. There's no meaningful way for me to manage that, right? It's frustrating. If this game had more strategy, if this game mode had more strategy, I think whales would better interact with it. Five brunches in a row. I'm 3. It's going to be... Hopefully you don't miss in 2 weeks. There'll probably be a GAC stream because my wife will be away. So hopefully you don't miss that and have to reset again. I just think that I don't think Coliseum is a bad game mode. I just don't think it's a well thought out game mode for the BS. Yeah, it sucks, right? Like it's you tell me to manage these things and I literally cannot manage these things. The same thing with the 3 Zepho bosses, right? The Zepho bosses, I have to hit the one enough times, but I only have so many AoEs and they're all on high timers. So if the other ones get to 3 and they nuke Clea, I'm screwed. There's just so much RNG to it. And it can be very frustrating because of that RNG. You know, if ATST misses, you're screwed because the ATST is going again. And you're not going to undermine that thing because you always end up going right before the ATST. So the undermine becomes useless. The bosses should really be designed to show off the kits and how the kits are going to be used together. The other thing that I was saying in the event server is that next week we are going to get Didra. And it almost doesn't make sense to me how they've spent so much time splitting the Rebels versus the Imperials in terms of the leader. Because next week we get Didra. She will be the only Imperial on your team. Everything else will be summoned units with level 1 abilities. She's not going to be able to do jack shit. And by the time we get a second character for her, Cassian's going to be out. So it becomes like, what was even the point of designing that mechanic? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everyone will come in with high-level abilities, but that's not the way it worked for the Rebels. That's not the way it worked last era for those characters, so I highly doubt that is what's going to happen. Henry, what's up, man? Good morning. I think that the people enjoying Coliseum are the players who are in the mid-game, who are seeing those lightspeed tokens, and they are advancing because of it. I don't think they're necessarily enjoying Coliseum, though. I think they're just enjoying the speed of which they are building stuff. Adis, that's probably what's going to happen. Just slotting Didra into a Clea team. I don't think she's going to be useful as a leader unless For the same reason, it's Dedra and then a bunch of rebels, and you don't even bother using the summons, right? It's one or the other, but then in that case, the change in summons doesn't make any sense. The other major thing that I think is a huge problem for Coliseum is that if you are a free-to-play player, you are seeing incremental progress at all levels. You are growing basically every day to every other day. You may be growing slowly, but you are growing. If you spend even a little bit, if you spend $20 to get ahead, you are now ahead of the curve. You are going to be frozen in progress. And you are going to be stuck at that frozen progress while the free-to-play players catch up to you. It doesn't spark joy. It's not interesting. There needs to be incremental progress at all levels. I know that every single shard is different, but if I spend $20 versus somebody spending no money, I should be able to keep that little bit of a head start throughout the entire era. You know, maybe the person behind me gets lucky and has a really great run, and then fine, they bridge that gap a little bit, and then they get banned because CG says you can't do that for whatever reason. But I should always have that incremental progress that says to me in my monkey brain, hey, I want to progress more. I want to spend more because I want to get a little bit further ahead. But right now, you just get frozen for 2 weeks. In week 1, if you spend $20, you get to the 2-week gap, right? The way that I think that needs to be fixed, Owie, is that there needs to be a reward tier here that is right just like it is right now. This is your one-time rewards. And then there needs to be a daily reward. So there needs to be a higher tier reward here, and then there needs to be a smaller daily reward. And that smaller daily reward should be small, but it should allow players to kind of eke out based on their levels. Hey, your characters are this level. Your daily reward is going to be like 50 of this material, 50 of this material, 50 of this material. And then at least every day, I feel like I'm making some degree of incremental progress. But part of that annoyance as well comes from this stupid shit. I haven't leveled up my characters because every one of my characters, the next level is no upgrade. Big whoop. It makes no sense for me to upgrade them unless I can upgrade somebody twice. Super fun. Let's bring this 95 down to 85 and get rid of all of these no upgrades because it's not fun. It's not interesting. It doesn't spark joy. All it does is frustrate players. That's all it does. It does not exist other than to frustrate players. And I don't like it. People have told me that I am a CG shill. People have told me that everything wrong in this game right now is because of me. I've seen those comments. And I am saying right now that I am super negative on this. And if I'm super negative on this, but I still think there are changes that could be made to fix it. And I still think it could be something that could work for everybody. You get the executor pursuit packs on your main account, not on the account where you don't have this stuff. CG doesn't make sense, man. Right? CG does not make sense. That's the answer. CG does not. Oh my god, I want this so bad. Oh, look at that signal data. I didn't even notice that was a thing, and I regret clicking on it. At this point, I'm just stalling till 8 because at 8 I get my store refresh, and then we'll go into TW Hero. But look, I've had stupid dodges, Owie. I don't even care. I've had stupid dodges where, oh shit, I'm about to hit a record. I'm gonna increase my score. Dodge. Fuck you. Everybody dies. Change all the non-upgrades to accuracy stat. At least it's an upgrade. At least it's an upgrade. It's not a great upgrade, but at least it's an upgrade. That's just really what it comes down to. Morning, Silky. I think there's a lot of things that CG could be doing to make this system work for everybody. And it's really frustrating. It's really, really frustrating right now because there are so, like, I know that they're doing, just get it. I'm probably going to buy it, Link. I'm probably buying it. The problem is I can't buy it in game right now because Slice of Bundles are not on the web store. And this will probably show my personal details. Does it? Yeah, so I got to do this through like my phone and everything. But I promise you, Link, I will buy it right after brunch. I will buy that because I can't buy it on the web store. Shit, where was my point? I don't even remember what my point was at this point. Fuck. Somebody remind me. Shadow's always distracting me with good stuff. They haven't said a word on Coliseum since the era started. Even then, it was small. Oh, actually, I think I can do something. Let me see. $15. Da, 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 da. More payment options. Apple Pay. Buy with Apple Pay. There we go. Hi, Michelle. Let's see. Hopefully, there we go. Perfect. There you go, Shadow. Thank you. They always, yeah. Oh, so it's always right. It's always frustrating when I'm at like a point where I think I'm going to make my new CG is not really. Look, there's a lot of things that CG could be doing right now, and my goal has always been to make things that work for the community, but also work for the company. And I just think that there's a lot of things that they could be doing right now that work for everybody. And what's really frustrating, now that I remember my point, is I know that CG is making a lot of money right now. I know that the numbers show that incrementally we have more people playing than we did back in the pirate era, right? So if I look at Cinta's numbers right now on my screen, let's see, where is Cinta's numbers? There's 460,000 Cintas in the game right now. Back in the pirate era, we were seeing about 330 to 360, but there are so many veterans leaving. Veterans are leaving the game. Players who spend so much money, and I feel like right now, every week I'm recruiting. Because every week, somebody in my guild is messaging me and saying, hey, I'm tired of the game. I have seen 6 people leave my guild since this era started. Leave the game, not leave the guild. I have not seen that happen in my guild ever. Normally, it's 1 to 2, maybe 3 at a maximum. And I'm thankful as a creator that I have a platform where people know me. It becomes a lot easier to recruit. But it's really frustrating to see people just saying, I am done with the game. The big problem in my perspective as well is that a lot of these people leaving the game are spenders. We're not talking about free-to-play players who feel like they're not catching up. We're talking about people who do well, who do get characters first run, who are just not happy right now, and they are not willing to continue to commit. We kind of talked about this in the very beginning. I do think the trickle information that they've been giving us now, where they give us all of the information up front and then all of our patch notes are just a couple of bug fixes. I do appreciate the bug fixes, and I do appreciate that they have been doing things with bug fixes. I really like seeing that. That is super awesome. But because of the way things are going right now, there's no updates for 3 months, right? Like, there's no excitement for a new kit reveal because the kit was revealed to us 3 months ago. We were on Zeta Protocol last week, and, where Meathead said, oh, I will update this with the animations for everybody. They're still not updated with the animations because even CG forgets about the post once they've made the post. There's no like trickle of excitement for us. And I think that there is a solution to that, honestly. But it's a solution that they kind of, I think they looked at how they have to do things. They looked at how they have to do things, and they chose to do it in the easiest manner possible. It's honestly very simple. In this little screen here, all of these characters should just be a silhouette. And when I click on it, it's just a silhouette. Let us say, oh my God, it's going to be this character. It looks like this character. This here should all say coming soon until the kit reveal. And the kit reveal comes, the patch comes, the new character gets unlocked, and then everybody flips out every 2 weeks again. Right? Like, it would be better. Ray Rock, yes, the new whales don't understand, right? They see things the way the game is, and they step into the game the way it is. But there are ways to make this work for the new whales and for the old whales. It's just very frustrating at the top end to constantly have to be replacing people. And again, I will say it, and I am so bold in just how I do this. But if anyone's looking for a new guild and you're at the top end in the end game, hit me up after this stream, because I'm looking for one right now to pop in before TB. If they did kit reveals bi-weekly, I think it would increase excitement a little bit, and I think it would be helpful. I definitely think it would help because people would have something to look forward to again. My goodness. All right. Let's get into it. Let's see if TW Hero is coming out today. I think that he is. I think that we're there. TW Hero. Silky, top end. I'm looking for somebody around 13 million. Probably doing 8 to 16 million in the raid, right? 8 is kind of my low cutoff. We're doing 45 stars in TB. We're in a plan that'll get us to 48 relatively quickly. So we need people that have R9 squads. Even if they didn't, Darthlink, even if you say, hey, Cassian is the journey guide, the first character is Clea, right? Then players can say, oh, fuck, it's Andor content. And then you sit there and you go, oh, man, like what Andor characters are coming? You at least know, oh, it's Andor characters. We don't need to know the exact characters most of the time. All right, we have this wall, and what do we got here? TW Hero, we've got some Gungans. Burn that energy. What energy? What energy do I have? I have like no energy. I have nothing. I got 20 of everything. And look, I'm not a speculative person. I'm not somebody who is going to make videos on speculations like other people will, right? But other people will. There are a lot of people out there in the content creator space who will make those videos. And right now, all of the creators for this game are grasping at straws on what to create. They can't, you know, I say this every week. Bit Dynasty got fucked when they removed Galactic Challenges. And you can't do videos on Coliseum. There's really no meaningful way to do videos on Coliseum. I've seen the bonus drops. I mean, I've been getting Zetas, obviously. But I did know that for the shards, they have been pretty nice. And that's awesome. These catch-up mechanics are awesome for players, especially that they are conquest characters that are usually very expensive for players to interact with, which is great. TW Heroes coming out. I don't know what these fucking things are, but TW Hero. No reason for these other ships, so why not? Look, I'm man. I'm. It's weird. As a creator myself, I've never really invested in the creator world and watching things religiously. But I am very aware that creators within a game space can make or break the perception of the game for players, and players who maybe are frustrated are going to be more likely to stick around if they have creators that they enjoy playing and speaking positively about the game and enjoying the game and having things to talk about in the game. Right now, there's nothing to talk about. They have taken all of the mystery out. So there's no speculation that they can do. There's nothing for any of us to like post guides on. Conquest is a 3-month thing. So yeah, during the first month of Conquest, we can post like little guides. All of our guides are exactly the same as each other's. They've taken away a lot of that allure. And I think it's kind of purposeful because they want to like take that power away a little bit. But at the same time, you need that base. You know, Twitch is a multi-billion-dollar streaming platform. YouTube is as well. People watch that stuff. You want people posting videos about your stuff. You want people falling into the game and going, oh, what's this? You want that. There's a reason Raid spends so much money trying to get creators to talk about their game, because they know in general that they are going to get that money back. I'll do this. And I'm not saying that CG should be paying people, but I am saying they do want people making videos. Though I am very disappointed to share that one of the Raid representatives did reach out to me. And unfortunately, they did not agree to my terms of a long-term partnership where I get $67,000. They felt that that was out of their budget. I fully understand. But, you know, I thought that was going to be my new full-time job, was posting Raid videos. MSF Twitch drops. That's interesting. Right? Like, that's a nice way to get people into the game with, like, variety streamers. And there are some variety streamers within this game. I'm not really one of them, but there are a few of the other people who create content that do content for other games as well. I'm not saying you have to... I'm not saying you have to appease content creators. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is just give them something to talk about. Give them something that they can create against. All right, we are going to take out some Gungans, because when you are the Gungan guy, you got to take out some Gungans. There it is. I had a April Fool's joke plan. It didn't come to fruition. It would just take too long for us to do it. But the goal of the plan was to do a Raid Shadow Legends commercial where we say all of the bad things about Raid Shadow Legends, but we frame them as good things. And part of it would be that every time I said Raid Shadow Legends, it would get increasingly louder and louder. We didn't have the time to put it where it needed to be. May you proceed with your question. I don't know why that was blocked. CG did do... Oh my god, why? CG did do a creator tournament once. It apparently did not go well. I pressed the wrong button there. It apparently did not go well. I wasn't in the creator space at the time when that happened. I have been told by Meathead that it will never happen again. He was not around at the time either. So I don't know if he really knows the full breadth of what happened either. But I have been told, yeah, that's not happening. Yes, but the idea was kind of like an honest trailer and having Moonborn help with it. And I had C Squared helping me with, like, come up with, like, the stuff for it. Oh my god. Just get rid of Boss Nass. There we go. This should be easier now. And these Datacrons really make these guys fuck. Just so hard. I take that as a yes. So I talked to little Ryan yesterday since he asked if I hated him for being banned. And I told him to get unbanned. He should donate a lot of money on Brunch. He said he wouldn't work with you. Is he right about that? Is that right? It would have to be a significant amount of money beyond anything that is reasonable. Because, and I don't want to necessarily talk about it here, but in general, what happens with our friend is that he gets very frustrated with people and he gets banned from places, and then he tries to get unbanned from those places, and when those people say no to him, he threatens them. And then those people say, hey, Egnards talks to him. Egnards is his friend. I'm going to go complain to Egnards. So every other day, I get a complaint from somebody that they were harassed. And I just cannot deal with that right now. I have tried for a very long time to be a positive role model for him. I have tried for a very long time to get him to stop those things. And right now, I need a mental health break from having to deal with that. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't in the creator space at the time, so I really don't know what happened or why it happened or anything surrounding it. I just know that I've been told that it's not happening again. I'm assuming because these guys are R5, this will still work. But they have been really doing crazy, crazy work in GAC. So I'm not holding out hope that this is going to work. I know that generally they are a good counter, typically. Let's take out Tarples. And we are going to put this on Morgan to hopefully make it so she does not die. Okay, this should be good now that at least one of their attackers is gone. Yeah, this friend needs, you know, I have made suggestions that this person needs to go through, and if they choose to go through those things, there is a path where I am a benevolent ruler, and he can hopefully redeem himself in the future. Right? That's it. That's where it comes from. Morning, Allie. How's it going? How are we today? Oh, fuck. I did Jar Jar. I shouldn't have done Jar Jar. That was dumb. Hopefully. Actually, I should be able to take this out quick. It shouldn't matter. What happens? Just joined a lit. We're talking about Vance Snorlax and the fact that he was banned and him trying to get back in right now, and just explaining that right now I cannot handle the mental load of having people message me every other day, letting me know the stupid things he's done and treating me like I'm his keeper. Because I'm not his keeper. Grab your coffee. Banned from what? He's been banned from our Discord for like a week now. That's why Discord has been so quiet. Yeah, I have blocked him now on Discord. I can't deal with being like, hey guys, I'm not his parole officer. Everyone just seemed to think that, oh, you talk to him, so you must know every little thing he does, and I just can't right now. Did I get a pie? Fuck, I did not get a pie. Man, and I love key lime pie. He no longer has the right tags to benefit from the egg leadership. Hey, Ray. What's up, Rayo? Not his parole officer. I'm not. French trained so I could keep him in a cage. Yeah, that would be nice, right? Let's see. I wonder. I don't know if this will work. It should work. I don't know. Let's use support. It has been. It is why Discord has been nice and calm, and some people miss it. They like the chaos, but I have never liked. I've never ever liked the idea. Like I just wanted him to have a place where he could learn to be a better person. I never wanted to be a place where everyone just shits on him because he's dumb. And that's really all it became. I'm not here to teach him how to be a person. I don't know if this is gonna work. Can at least get this guy down though. Want to get him down with. Try to get him down with Rex. Okay, so you're done. Okay, he's in damage immunity, so we have the two. Oh man. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. Okay, I think we're okay. I think we're gonna do all right. Should have used the debuff thing there, but it's okay. Should be good. Think we're still safe. There we go. All right, let's see. They can, yeah, you could just go on his subreddit. He has his own subreddit, and you're welcome to go on there and watch whatever crazy stuff he wants to do there. What else do we got for TW Hero? What easy stuff? What do we have? We have 20 more teams up there. Girl Scout cookies. Allie, you have to look up Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, there is a song about Girl Scout cookies. And it's one of my favorite songs from the show. When you're a Girl Scout. Everything's gonna work out. Something about congenital heart disease, and your heart could stop with a single sneeze, but you're a Girl Scout. That's a great song. I don't know if that'll work. What do we do here? My obsession with Philip. We need to fundraise Philip getting a better mic is what we need to do. Let's let's take this. Let's actually just see if our Gungans. It's in the Beetlejuice musical, man. Like it's a great, great, great song. Let's see. Let's see what we got. I don't know if we're gonna be taking out an Ahsoka with Gungans. I wonder if we can take out a Jabba with Gungans. Can we do it? Should have used the other move, but it's okay. Oh, we got rid of one. Okay. I haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters, but it's such a phenomenon that I do want to see it. I just haven't had the time to sit down and watch it. People seem to love it. I do know like the three big songs from it that are 100% very, very catchy. We can do this. We can do it. I think we got this. Just got to get through Quercetan. Actually, we're just going to throw it on auto now. You know, Maddie, honestly, teams for TB, it's tough to kind of just say off the top of my head. It is really, really, really dependent on your roster. You know, if your guild is only doing 22 to 23 stars, then you're probably not looking for TB teams. You're really looking for teams that can do most things. The best way to do that is to look for teams that are going to function everywhere. And honestly, at that level, you're just looking at GL teams. GL teams make the most sense because, oh, look at that. Gungan's taking at Jabba, the fucking slug. You want to look for like raid teams, Lord Vader and clones right now because they do great in the raid because it gives you a GL and it gives you a TB team. You don't want to look for teams that are specifically and only for TB, at least not at the level of the game that you're in right now. Your Omicron situation, you have one, and I can't find who to give it to. I have 3 Gungans from LST, so not far from Jar Jar. Should I wait for Jar Jar, give it to Rex, or wait LST for Bam, and give it to Bo-Katan? Again, these are full roster questions. When you look at your entire roster, I really don't think I love my Gungans. My Gungans are obviously like they hit hard. My Gungans are amazing. But I don't really think that they are a team that most people should be investing in when there are much bigger, much bigger things that players could be working towards. Let's do Stranger against Gungans because we can. What's his name? Star Killer. Then we need a Jedi, so we're gonna do. Right, we do Barris, and then we do Visas. And we do the FDC. We're going to just throw this on auto. Hopefully it works. Should work. How good is Balin against JMK? He's very good against JMK. I can only imagine even better now with the focused Datacron. It obviously relies on having Ahsoka's in the team, but I don't know a single person that's going to be doing that team without Ahsoka's in the team. Yeah, man, Maddie, at your level, the goal is to focus on things that are going to give you multiple points of contact. Leia is a great one. Leia works great in TB, too. Not the greatest in terms of, like, the event she gives you, but it still is an event that you can work and get stuff from. So it still is nice, even though I've never gotten a good... All right, Snorlax. It's probably going to be coming up soon, but I can ping you. But it is a good, like, free thing since Leia just works really well in every game mode. All right. Can we take out this last one? Aren't Inquisitors supposed to be... Oh, I don't have any of the Inquisitor things. All right, let's do this. I can probably make this work better than they made this work. And if not, it'll be embarrassing. That's okay. Uh-oh, there's the taunt. Six. I am close to being heroed out because we're still on GL walls. Go. I think it is safe to say we are good now, hopefully. I have been investing very hard, Hobnob, in my roster because of Delta. I have really... I have really put in a lot of relic investment, especially... like the Mandalorians for TB, but also hoping that they start to perform better again once the Uber set is gone. Shadow Man, be well. I know you got to go to sleep because for some reason you're awake at 6 in the morning and have been awake forever and probably didn't sleep at all last night. The 1 to 3 Omicrons adds up, but I honestly, I do track this stuff. I have never gotten a good pull from the Leia event ever. And it's fine. It's free. You don't invest in Leia for the event. You invest in Leia for how good of a GL she is. I don't want to do this because I feel like I'm going to get really fucked there. Do I have a special screen for my Twitch notifications? I have. Why? Did you do some? Oh, Xander, I missed that. I will do my push-ups. I apologize. I do actually, because Streamlabs does not show me my Twitch things. So I keep the Twitch screen up on that same screen behind it. I did not see my push-ups there. I will do the push-ups right after TW Hero. You'll notice that I lowered the amount, right? It's only 15,000 now. You're welcome. But we will do them. Thank you for keeping me honest. I don't know. Let's just do Leia here, I guess, and see what happens. Right after TW Hero. I don't want you. I want Jin. Jin needs to go up to R7. Xander, thank you for keeping me honest and not letting that slide, and then after the stream, spending the next 6 days complaining that I am a phony. I appreciate that fully. Because you had every right to do that. You could have gone that route. Gotta get daddy fitter. Calling daddy fat. It's okay though. All right, let's hit auto. We should be good now. Actually, while this is waiting, I can boot up the camera to make changes to the smart moving around thing, right? So that... Nice, we got that out of the way. I don't know what else I can beat easily. I wonder if Seabane will work here. Let's find out. Egg is a fake shill phony. Egg is a fake shill phony. Let's see if this works. We are going to link you. And I guess you, I don't know. Not used to caring about TW. Hey, Ani. What's up, buddy? You're just in time to see the TW Hero at work. I know you envy it. I know you're a big fan. I know that that's why you joined our guild. It's because you wanted to see the TW Hero do his thing. I mean, right now this looks like it's going to be pretty safe. I think. Hung egg fooey. That sounds like a very sexual cartoon. All right, I think we're good. We got one Imperial Trooper out of the way. Very nice. Do we have anything left? I don't really think I have much left that can be done. I don't know if a Jedi Master Mace Windu squad with one TW Omicron will do it. Oh, yeah. I mean, I appreciate you guys. You know, here's the kind of shit. Listen, for those of you who are like, should I ask Egg about recruiting? I am running a contest right now in my guild. Our goal is to get one extra of every shitty platoon. So we are currently running a contest where everybody who commits to one of these shitty platoons gets points. And at the end of the contest, I'm going to spin a wheel, and they're going to get packs that I pay for. There's a $100 prize pool, but it seems like everybody voted for, instead of one roll of the wheel, 5 rolls of the wheel for $20 packs. That's the kind of shit that happens in Awakened Mandalorians, and we are recruiting. All right. It seems like TW Hero is done, which is why we're back to the single camera. So a couple things are going to happen. Xander did redeem push-ups to failure. So I do have to do push-ups, and we're going to set that up right now so that my camera does what it needs to do. After the push-ups, we will take a short break before. Oh my God, this is zoomed in. Awful. Don't like it. After the push-ups, we will take a quick break before we start doing the roster reviews. If somebody could kindly ping Snorlax on Discord. If someone could ping him on Discord, that would be great to let him know that in like 5 to 10 minutes, while I am doing those push-ups. If you are on YouTube and not subscribed, rectify that now. And don't forget, it's always a great time for a Prime sub because Bezos bucks are the best kind of bucks. But let's get those push-ups out of the way. Oh. See, it doesn't frame me correctly. Hold on. Let's move this down a little bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, let's change this auto framing. Manual. Back. Perfect. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to take a very, very, very quick break, right? And then we're going to go to roster reviews. Snorlax. Let me just check on this real quick before I go to break. Premium reviews. Okay. All right. And we will talk about that in just a second. So give me 2 minutes.
Roster reviews. Egnards is having a break and taking a roster reviews. Talking to me that what pack sex should sell to you. Ooh, to you. To you.
Yeah, I love that song, right? Roster reviews. Egnards is having a break or taking a shit. Roster reviews. Talking to Meathead what packs he should sell to you. Woohoo, to you. Oh boy. You bet that I was on my knees when I was doing those push-ups. That is actually terrible if you did not see that I was not on my knees. I do my push-ups on one leg. I cross my legs over. It's always 3 points of base. I actually do not like doing push-ups 4 points of base, and it is a travesty. I'm going to have to set up. We have a spare webcam. Maybe I'll set up a webcam, a second webcam under my desk. Storm will love that. Specifically for a push-up view, which would be quite interesting. Snorlax, because obviously you're in the premium review area here, and that does entitle to you to this. It doesn't say it here. Do you want to pop on to talk about your roster? That is completely up to you. I don't have a doesn't say anything in your review, so I'll give you a second or two to respond to that, and we could set that up. Man, push-ups on my knees. What kind of punk-ass bitch do you think I am? All right, let's do it. We will go into the last Sunday of the month. We'll go into the brunch chat. Let me just set this up real quick. User limitations. We want two total users. Right, we are going to go into brunch chat, and there he is. I know nobody else can hear you yet, Snorlax, so give me a second to make sure that I have you in here. Last Sunday of the month. All right, you should be able to be heard. Hello. Hey, Snorlax.
Hello, hello.
Is this another situation of we came up with a plan for you a month ago, and now there's 4 Lightspeed bundles that came out, and you're kind of like, well, what do I do now?
In a sense, yes and no, because a lot of Lightspeed bundles did come out. I didn't grab many of them. I
Okay.
skipped the JML one because I feel that's a waste of money. Because I'm almost there with every one of the
You're already-
teams, and I really don't care enough for their Zetas. Like
That
I
is
don't think they're
very
important enough.
that is very anti-user of you. Don't let user hear you.
I know.
That's
I'm skipping the Bad Batch bundle because I got the original one, and I
okay.
already have 7-star Marauder.
All right, let me just,
I did buy Bane. I have Bane,
which
and
is
I
beautiful.
yes, and I
character.
have bought the Leviathan bundles, and I am gonna unlock Leviathan in 5 days.
Nice. All right, so we're almost there, and that's going to give you the fleet dominance. Let me just read over your stuff over here real quick on Discord so that I am acquainted with the extra that has been done in this time frame. I know I like this background information as if I don't know who you are. Lightspeed bundle player. I also am keen on getting teams that pay dividends. Yes, I know. Like Jedi Cal Kestis. Also, if you could ping me. Oh, it does say it here in the background info. All right. Top 10 is profundities and executors. The rest of the 20 is executors and negotiators. Nope, haven't talked to any of them. You're hitting first. Places of power, CT3 1-star. Everything else is in order. We don't really care about Inquisitors or Night Sisters. CT2 is fine until you invest in those teams. Duel of the Fates is R9. Pretty Patrol is R5. Working on Balin, finishing Leviathan requirements, which you'll have in 5 days. Then you're going C, JML, then probably Bow. Are you dead set? 90% set on my farms. I will be unlocking Balin shortly. 80-20 split heavily towards efficiency. I do like some characters wouldn't farm a characters. I farm in efficiency and their usefulness. Yeah, I am the same way there. And everybody else seems to be in the middle. Now, Ezra, I'm interested in your conquest characters. Is Ezra closer now? He's at 180 of 330. Is he? Was
Let
he
me
one
check
of
right now.
the? Wasn't he one of the bonus characters?
Yes, he was. Also, I have an update actually. I should be getting Dark Side Ray next conquest because I'll refresh into her.
Yes, I saw you say that in the members chat area. I
Yeah,
noticed that, so
I
that's
got a
good.
ton of her shots. Yeah. Ezra, not really. I think I am 5 conquests away if I don't refresh.
Okay, so you're still fairly far. R7 GI
Yeah.
team can beat CT3 of the Inquisitor battle thanks to RD. They could actually always beat
Can it?
CT3 of the Inquisitor battle, but it was a
I was
pain
gonna
in the
try it, but
ass.
I was too lazy. I was
Was
gonna try it when it came out, but I was a bit lazy, so I was like, eh.
so
And I have a bit suboptimal lineup because I did the split where I can have a team for Inquisitor Barras and 3v3. So I have
okay.
second and ninth instead
Yeah,
of
and they
fifth and seventh. Because I also have Merak
okay,
for the
and
Omi. Because it makes it.
seventh is like a key to that team.
Yeah, I
But
know.
the core
Very good heal.
team, the core team could always do CT3. It was just such a pain in the ass that I never recommended it to anybody. With Relic Delta, I don't know how much easier it is, but I'm going to imagine Warlock, you probably do want seventh in there to be able to do that. It's just you need that healer. You really do.
Oh wait, wait,
There's a
wait.
lot of damage.
I have seventh. Wait, who was
Okay.
the one that I'm missing out on? I'm missing out on fifth and
Oh, I
eighth.
mean, fifth is not as.
I
Let's.
think we. Yeah, I think I have the correct team. I can probably do it with the team I have. I just was a little bit lazy the last time it came around. I did
Yeah.
like the first. I did the first
Rancid.
wave, and I was like, I'm going to do it later, and then I got bogged down on other things, and reset came and didn't do it.
It's a slog one because you end up having to use the event special a lot, and you end up having to like time things specifically to get that special. Did Egnards
Yeah.
lose a bet? What bet would I have lost? Are you like
Oh,
Egnards looks like a piece of shit this morning? Is he wearing something dumb because he lost a bet? Um, I'm confused by that. All right, so let's take a look. Our goal right here is unlocking Leviathan will be unlocking very quickly. Working on Balin. After this, you're going for C, then JML, then probably Bow. All right, let's see what we got
oh,
here.
I've just unlocked Balin.
You just unlocked Balin, so you're there
Yeah.
too. We have Leia, Kylo, Jabba. Okay. Yeah, I always press that button. All right, Ray, we're not close
Gear
to.
tracker or gear needed, right?
I know. I always click on gear needed just because I don't know. It's just so close in terms of for JML. It's really Jedi training Ray and a couple of relic levels. Probably the push-ups. Most are physically. Yeah, I am also adverse to that. Okay, C. So it's interesting because you're like, oh, I'm gonna be working on C soon, and like you're there.
Oh,
Like,
I'm literally am there. That's what I
okay,
said.
okay. So
I'm just like Anakin, just needs 2 more relic levels. I could actually do it today, but then
okay,
I'm
all right.
still actually I should because I just finished farming Jabba's ult, so I can get on the ticket grind for C.
So that's the thing. We need to figure out what like when we look at what you're currently working on, we're gonna ignore Leviathan, right? Because that's happening in a couple days. Balin is done. We're actually gonna ignore C2 because you're so close to C that I don't even consider that working on it. So that means you're really working on JML because you're a little over halfway there. And then Bo-Katan, it's just waiting on that Lightspeed bundle, if I remember correctly, right? And then
Yeah, waiting for
the
the tokens to
Mandalorian.
come. Then
Okay,
yep.
got it. Cornflake, no, it's a Twitch redemption for push-ups to failure. People like to save up for it, and then I do push-ups, and it's their way of keeping me fit. Okay. Jogging. Yeah, when it gets warmer, I will be jogging. So JML, we're gonna finish right after that, just because it makes sense to. I know his team is kind of gonna be falling apart, especially with Satil coming out.
Yeah.
But for someone in your position, it's just going to also be very helpful for conquest to have that.
Yep.
It just seems like the right thing to do. Let's just take a look at everything else. Lord Vader, not super
I
close.
still don't have gas. I'm still gas blocked. I
Okay,
need a lot of shards of gas, so
because of the get one.
yeah. I just finished my Malik, which is why I'm so close to. Yeah,
Um,
I just finished Malik, which is why I could do Leviathan.
so it's taking you some time. Can I get a fuck you bones from you, Snorlax?
Fuck you, Bones.
Yeah,
Yes, of
no, but like a
course.
good
Fuck
one,
you, Bones.
just like this, like fuck you bones.
Fuck you, Bones.
There you go, Allie. You just got 4
Okay.
fuck you boneses for the price of 1. Uh,
Oh, value.
Afra, we have everything for Afra. Do you actually? Do you use your Afra team or no? Is Afra like
I haven't
not done yet?
unlocked her. I
Oh,
haven't got
oh, okay.
the unlock done because the event for the condo tier is
Yes,
like hell.
is
And I
a pain
just
in the ass.
didn't bother to do it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just getting a look from here. Leviathan's almost done. Leia's there. Bo-Katan, Jar Jar. Jar Jar is all Lightspeed token stuff, I'm assuming.
Yeah, just some
Ahsoka.
sharding.
Yeah.
Just need a
So
sharding, then I can bring them all up already.
Balin. Done. And you said you unlocked Balin, so this must not have updated yet, which is okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I have him
updated
R7
one day
now.
ago. Okay.
Just got him like
Got it.
yesterday.
Got it. Got it. Got it. My thought process here is obviously you're going to want to work towards gas, but you have time to work on gas because between finishing up C, which is quick, but it's still like a ticket grind, and
Yeah.
between finishing Jedi Master Luke and his ticket grind, you're going to have time to build towards that. My thought here is that as JML is starting to get through the process of being your primary target, that you should probably be working towards Ahsoka.
Yeah,
And
I think I'll probably do something like that. I was just wondering, like, the biggest question is like what to do directly after JML and C. Because I
so,
was thinking maybe I will build a bit into Maul
yeah,
because by then I think we will know what we need to get Maul on a permanent basis. And I do want to get him 7 stars, even though at 5 stars he still is an absolute beast.
he is a beast right now. He's doing really, really, really well right now for players, even at low stars. And I failed against him because really Starkiller is the one doing the damage. Stranger's doing the damage. It's just about getting past Darth Maul. Um, I think we probably have a little bit of time before we find out those requirements. It seems like they want to push the button and make it more of like a 6 to 8 month time frame, and that's not insider information. That's just based on kind of what Meathead has said in the event server, and then deleted and then undeleted, and this whole thing.
Okay, everybody write that down. Leaks from Egnards.
Yeah, that's a leak from Egg, just like Zareth with his. I think the smartest move, honestly, is Ahsoka for a couple of reasons. One, Gas is by himself a pretty good. He used to be an A- team. I feel like he's a B+ team on his own now, but you still need those B+ teams. So you'll be getting Gas. Gas is a requirement for Ahsoka, if I remember correctly. Also a requirement for Hondo, yes, and a
Yes.
requirement for Lord Vader. So it puts you closer to 3 GL. It'll bring your Peridea Patrol up to R7 without me having to beg you to do it because it's just natural for the farm itself. And Ahsoka's her event is one of the best events for getting extra stuff each month. So I
Oh,
would
yeah.
strongly recommend really pushing your get one towards the gas farm. And you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to like buy shards if a Lightspeed bundle comes out or anything, because you have time between Jedi Master Luke. You have time between getting your other Ahsoka requirements in order, your Commander Ahsoka Tano requirement in order, your Fulcrum, your Snips, and getting those guys to Relic 9. You have plenty of time to do that. But I would probably do, after the farms that you are currently hardlining, I would be doing JML. I would be doing Ahsoka and, trying to build that up. I think I would keep Bo-Katan as like a secondary farm. you know, yes, do the lightspeed tokens there to get the lightspeed tokens done and to push the team. That is completely fine. But like use your extra stuff towards it. And once those tokens come out, that is the time to just finish the team and say, hey, I'm gonna unlock Bo-Katan in, I don't know, whatever it is, 2 months, 3 months. But I do think Ahsoka should probably be your primary target. Based on the speed that you grow, you probably will have Ahsoka done before we even find out the exacts of, the Darth Maul event. And then you can
It
kind of make that
depends.
decision there. It does
It
depend. We
depends
don't
because I
know.
only have 100 shots on cat.
Okay, so you have 100
And
shards
my
on cat.
gas, yeah, my gas is also quite bad.
Yeah, but gas
My
gas is
gas,
gas is going to be irrelevant because
yeah.
gas you're going to be getting through your TB events and you're going to get that over
Mm-hmm.
time. Commander Ahsoka is going to
I'll
be
probably buy
more
them
of
also.
that limiting factor.
Yeah,
What are your commander? Because you don't have her here.
100
You
for
have
cat,
100.
100 for
Okay,
cat.
and you
Quite
buy the
low.
conquest pass?
No,
You don't.
maybe
Okay.
I'll buy next month though.
Let's see.
Not too sure.
330 minus 100 divided by 20. So oh my god, you're looking at 11.5 months without the conquest pass.
Yeah,
But the same
and I yeah,
in the same
and I
regard,
think I'll get gas around like 8 months. I'm not too sure how long it takes to shard up.
but
I need the
here's the thing.
165. Yeah.
You are someone that spends money. You are someone that is not afraid to put in money into your account, which is, it's a good and bad thing. Some people want to be free to play and that's fine, but it's okay as long as you have the money to spend it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you can start to get closer to Ahsoka and see that, hey, my commander Ahsoka is a little behind where I expect her to be. And you can refresh
Mm-hmm.
that proving ground.
Or
Like
I can just buy a Lightspeed bundle when it eventually comes back,
or
because it
if the
will
Lightspeed bundle
inevitably come back.
if the Lightspeed bundle comes back, and honestly, May the 4th is probably a very likely time for it to come back if it's going to come back.
Mhm,
So you're looking at a time frame between finishing JML, and because of your commander Ahsoka Tano shards, you can stall Ahsoka by saying, you know what, actually, after JML, I will prioritize Bo-Katan a little bit more. That gives you a little bit more time. I don't think gas is going to be as limiting a factor to you as you think it's going to be, as long as you just put all your get one towards it. But Commander Ahsoka might be a little bit of one. And I do think that between the likelihood of May the 4th giving you a good option for purchasing her, that as you start to get closer and closer to Ahsoka, if you feel like you're too far away, refreshing that proving ground is always an option.
mhm.
So that is, I think, where I would take the account. And I don't know if I'd go further than that because clearly Maul is a priority for you. And I
Yes.
think that by the time those farms are done, we definitely will have that information. And you're probably going to want, just from a personal standpoint, to pivot to that. Or maybe you won't. Maybe Satele completely invalidates, Maul, and Maul is only an offense character, and maybe you have enough offense at that time and it doesn't matter. But I think that it makes sense to kind of hold out at that point and
Yeah.
see where Maul is going. But I definitely would continue with where you're going. JML, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka is your next stop. Hands down, no questions asked.
Uh, let's say that if I'm limited by Commander Ahsoka,
I don't think you're
when do you
gonna.
think I should
Yeah,
pivot to Hondo? Let's say like in the unlikely event, because I really feel it's very unlikely that we don't get a cat bundle by like July. Because by July I'll have Bo. I'll definitely have Bo no matter what if I don't have Ahsoka. And by
yes,
that time I should be and most of the Hondo stuff should be double shot formable. And even if
yes.
they're not, I just have a lot of
So,
energy to just shot them.
so here's the thing. Let's say you get JML and
Yeah.
you get Bo, and
Yes.
we get, because you're at this point you're probably going to get mall information, so you may not even want to pivot to Hondo. You may say, hey, I got to pivot to mall first, but let's just assume we don't. My thought
Yeah.
process would be that Ahsoka is still your primary farm, but if you're limited by Commander Ahsoka and you don't want to spend shards, then you can say, okay, I have everything else ready except for Commander Ahsoka. I'm going to start leeching my energy towards towards Hondo, because you do have a lot of shard farming that needs to be done there, and whether or not you'll be able to lightspeed token based on those next eras, and whether or not those will be in the Coliseum or not. They should, but we won't know at that point until that actually happens. You can start to say, okay, I'm getting really close to Ahsoka. I'm going to start bleeding my energy here, and I'm just going to leave enough to get Commander Ahsoka to Relic 9 for when I need to get her to Relic 9. But I also think that if we're looking 6 to 7 months down the road, that, in 4 months, you can say, hey, I'm going really fast towards Ahsoka. It makes sense for me to refresh this node once a month to get there a little bit quicker. But I do, and I don't like to plan based on Lightspeed bundles. But I do think that it is a very likely Lightspeed bundle for May the 4th.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah. By then, I probably also do Jar Jar because he's just so close.
Just
And
for
why
fun.
not, right?
Well,
Yeah.
you can always, with farms, like I always have a primary farm, and then if I feel like I'm limited by something that another farm isn't limited by, I go, okay, you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of gear into here. That's just extra. Jar Jar's great. Right now, like my Jar Jar fucks, like gets so many holds. But also part of that is because of the current Uber set. And I don't think going into the next 5v5, unless we have a amazing Gungan Datacron, I don't think that it's likely that they're going to continue to overperform like that. They're a middle of the road team right now that doesn't really give you any outreach into anything else. So it's definitely not something I would prioritize.
Yeah. Quick question, because I don't have what.
Okay.
JMK, I think I'll just wait for his Lightspeed bundle. I don't think you
Yeah.
have any objections to that, right? Because I am not gonna go back to a GOTB guild.
You're not going back to
I
GOTB
really don't
guild.
care.
No,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks, right? It sucks that
Even
they haven't
even
really
if
given
it's
us
like
a...
it takes, yeah, even if it only takes 3 or 4 months with a 50 shard, everyone getting it guild. But
Yes,
then it's still
and you're going to
worth it.
be in a position like JMK is great as an offense powerhouse, but he's also kind of fallen off as a defensive team. He is a great team, but he is also kind of isolated. I do think late game he is important, but you have a lot of time to get to that point. And I think, hopefully we will see a Lightspeed bundle. That's another possibility for May the 4th, is something like a
Also,
WAP bundle.
I don't have cat. Assuming I don't have cat at that point, then yeah, that is
Then
definitely a no go. Cause
then JMK is
JMK
also
no
not.
cat is just bad.
It does
and
it
I'm
does
not gonna
it does
sacrifice
okay
that
on
for progress.
offense if you use it very
Probably.
specifically, but it's not amazing.
Yeah.
I would be moving into that Ahsoka farm, into that Hondo farm. But again, if your goal is to pivot to Maul, I think you're going to have that information by around the time that you're moving out of Ahsoka.
Yeah, I'm already slow farming the shards for all the normal energy ones. I'm not gonna farm IG level up because
No.
no point wasting Cantina.
Slow farm. That's fine. Slow
Oh
farm.
yeah, just do 5 battles. I can just do 5 battles a day.
Slow farm is perfect. Slow farm
True.
is a perfect way to do it.
So yeah, I'll just do 5 battles for him because I still have all the shards from the event because I'm finishing. I finished tier 4, so I have the first 3 tiers, which is very nice actually. Getting a lot of shards from that.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Take it slow. There's no reason to speed that up at all. Not even a little bit.
Makes sense.
Makes sense? So we have your next 3 weeks planned out, right? Until like tomorrow, the bundles for all of these characters drop, and then you go, "Hey, Egnards, I have a problem."
Hey, if the bundles of them drop, I just go in order, right? I just finish up Glad. I mean, if
Yeah,
you look at my Glad rack, basically all of them are in relics, which is like, in my opinion, the biggest problem for me because I hate Gear 12 to Gear 13 grind, man. I hate it. It's the
yes,
worst.
but it always feels like right after we talk, there's always a bundle that happens right away, and then you message me and go, "Hey, I did a thing. Don't be mad at me." And I go, "All right, well, all of the information that I just told you is irrelevant now."
Hey, I got Leviathan. Were you mad? I don't think you're mad by that.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good, man. But that's where I would go with your roster right now. That's the path I
Yeah.
would take. Ali, I see all of your questions, and I was holding off specifically to not derail myself. We are going to see, I think it's called Undertone today. It's a horror movie. It's supposed to be a sound-based horror movie. It's like a podcast style thing. And movies that do weird things, I'm very interested in. It's supposed to be very good. We saw Hoppers yesterday. I don't know if anyone. It's a kids movie. I thought the trailers looked awful, but it got like a 95%. So we went to go see it, and I thought it was a great movie. I actually teared up towards the end because I'm a big pussy and I'm almost 40 and I have emotions now. So I would recommend it to anyone with kids, and if you don't feel weird going to a kids movie as an adult, it's a movie that I recommend. Oh
Yeah,
man,
the trailers definitely look bad. I saw the trailers. I was watching other movies.
the trailers made me not interested at all.
Same, same.
I I I had said this to a bunch of people. It looks like a kids movie that's only for kids, as opposed to like Shrek, which is a kids movie for everyone. But all of the parents I know told me I was wrong. They're like, "No, it was very good. You have to go see it." Reminders of Him, we didn't see. I was surprised my wife was not interested in it. I thought we would be going to see it. Scream 7, I enjoyed the romp, but I feel like the killer didn't make sense, and I kind of rolled my eyes at it. Not to give it away, but it still was a fun, silly Scream. It doesn't have to make sense. Snorlax, do we have any other questions about your account?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Okay, are you sticking around for the next few, or are you going back to work?
Uh, I'm fine with anything. I
Well,
finished most of the work while talking.
it's you're like my wife. I ask her what she wants, and she goes, "I don't care." I don't know how to answer that, man. I called the one killer too. My wife was like, "There's no way," and I was like, "No, it's just because it doesn't make sense." All right. Well, you are welcome to stick around. So let's. I'm gonna pull up another one, and even though you are newer to the game, you do always seem to have some kind of insight into things where you go, "Wait a second, let's look at this."
I have the
So
third eye. I can
you
see
do. You
everything.
go. You go. Why haven't you looked at this yet? And I go, "Oh shit, that's actually a good call out." Let me just quickly send this one Discord message. Stream. Okay, perfect. So we have, I think his name is WraithThree. It is what? It is 144. Strong analysis paralysis. Which was the assault battle, the era battle that we just had. For prioritizing on farms, namely Lord Vader versus Leviathan, then general advice on where to go next. Strong focus on GAC, but I am a guild officer and lightly invest into TW and TB. Started in November 2024. I try to min-max Zetas and Omegrons. Yes to Lightspeed bundles, base episode pass, base conquest pass. Sadly, won't be able to watch live, live in PST, and have little kids that don't sleep. I feel that, man. I understand most of our audience is in Europe and Asia because of the weird time that I stream. Top 20 fleet vibe, consistently get number 1, mostly executors and GR in the top 20. I have the only profundity, no Leviathans. Okay. No Not coordinating, but very respectful shard. People will top off hours to climb. Wait till top of hour to climb. Should I? If so, how to organize? I recommend a fleet Discord just because it makes it easier for people to know those times for people. It's not just about being respectful or not respectful. It's about having it in an organized chat so that you have to do less battles overall. You just set up a fleet Discord channel and you invite people to it. You message people in game and you invite them to that Discord channel. There are some bots that will track the payout times of everybody. I don't handle my fleet Discord, but it does make life easier. Assault battles all are CT3, except Secrets and Shadows, Fanatical Devotion. So Snorlax the same as you. Duel of the Fates is CT5. Relic 7 tier. I know. I need to get them to R9. Peridia Patrol, at least you know. Peridia Patrol, CT4. Relic 5 tier. What are you currently working on? New Conquest tunes coming after this cycle. Ezra is almost done. Satil is at 225. So that gives, you should get 90 shards of her. So you'll be just under, won't you? 225 plus 90 is like just slightly below. If my math is correct, unless I'm being fucking stupid. Well, actually, you get 110. Sorry, because you can buy the shards. 225 plus 110. Yeah, so you'll be at 335. Perfect. Just unlocked DS Ray. Can likely get Ezra tomorrow. Have 3 Omicrons, 3 Zetas on hand. How to prioritize. Lord Vader and DS clones tier 1. Scorch, GMT already R9 per your raid advice. Leviathan tier 1. Duel of the Fates tier... What? Duel of the Fates tier 1, but you said Duel of the Fates CT5? Getting
I think this
Reaver
is like the
ready.
priority list. Like tier 1 priorities, tier 2 priorities.
Well, fucking hopefully it's a tier 1 priority. Getting Reaver ready. Tier 1, tier 2. I think, it's funny. Everybody in their head has their own system of how they do things. And then they say it out loud and it doesn't make sense to other people, but it does make sense to them. But I'm going to take it by what you said. A tier 1 priority versus a tier 2 priority. Zephyro ready, tier 2 priority. Are you dead set on continuing? Mostly. Need help prioritizing LV versus Leviathan versus Riva already. All competing for our RMK raid to get to currency, data signal, and Electrium. Universal problem for you right now. I have tons of Electrium conductors. No Leviathan on the horizon, so I think Crystal Income is secure for a while. Need LV to deal with Stranger, Hatefield, Mute Mall, and just good tool to have. Efficient versus fun, all about efficiency. Open to prioritizing resource gathering first. Are there any whatever, blah, blah, blah. No. Okay, just keep in mind you're going to have Satil Shan next in 3 weeks, right? And presumably she's supposed to be the killer of Hate-Fueled Mall. So hopefully that will solve your problem as long as your Old Republic characters are in order. What is going to work in 3v3? I have no idea. I leave that to smarter people. Ali, be well. Be well. I will talk to you later, and hopefully those cookie sales go well. And if you're smart, you will hang out near a dispensary. And that will get you lots of money for your kids' school and Girl Scouts, and maybe they won't get mad at you like they do on the internet often. But let's take a look at the account. Snorlax, you know the game here. After everything that you just heard, I am probably guessing lighter spender, decent on the light speed bundles. I'm gonna say 10.5 to 11 million.
I was gonna say 10 to 11 as well. I don't think 12. Actually, thinking about it, it won't be 12 because 12 feels quite late game. And I think they are still working on some stuff. Probably maybe 10.2, lower end 10.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right. Let's see. Let's check. Zavor, if Satil isn't gonna be a counter, that's gonna really be shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, because it is such a terrible team to deal with. I mean, but also I don't know. I don't follow his testing. I don't know if it's with Ubercrons, without Ubercrons. We'll figure it out. Let's see. 12. You said it won't be 12. It is 12
Oh, let me think
1993.
hey, hey, hey.
like just
When
above
was
12.
it last updated? When was it last updated?
56 minutes ago, an hour ago.
That's fine. That's how he got an extra 2K. Okay, that's how he got an extra 2K.
Okay. And this was posted about 6 days ago, so it's not fully updated, you know. So it could be.
Exactly. He has everything that he said he was gonna have.
He would be all right. Let's see what we got. We're in Erodium 1. Highest was Kyber. Oh no, we're in Kyber 3. I always look at lowest rating for some reason. We're in Kyber 3. Highest was Kyber 2. Profundity is 7 stars. Rey, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, Jedi Master Leia, JML, Jabba Sith. We're pretty okay on the GLs. We have Stranger at R7. We're going to hit the right button here in Tools. We're going to go to Gear Tracker. Leviathan is very, very close, except obviously we need Malik Shards. That is problematic. And do we have gas? We're still working on gas shards. Okay. Let's check this out. Lord Vader, I mean, you're right here, man, when it comes to Lord Vader. Obviously, so when we talk about Lord Vader versus like Leviathan, it's not necessarily that I think Lord Vader is more important, but I think that you're closer to gas, and gas is going to unlock a lot more farms for you. So there's really no question that Lord Vader is going to take the priority over Leviathan because you're still working on getting Malik up there. And you're just so close to Lord Vader that it doesn't necessarily matter. Have all of this stuff, right? Leviathan Cal is just got to get Zepho ready, right? So they're not R7 yet. Jabba, Ahsoka, we're so close to 2 once that gas is done. Okay, Jedi Master Mace Windu, don't care about Hondo. All right. Here's what we're currently working on. New Conquest tunes, Ezra Satil. Ezra, fine with Rhea, with Rey.
Rhea.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Ezra will be fine with Rey, but we're also in a big Zeta crunch. Satil in 2 weeks. Unlock DS Rey. Lord Vader, DS clones. Leviathan, Duel of the Fates. Tier 1. Getting Reva ready. Getting Zephyr ready. I want to see what the Zetas look like on Jedi Knight Cal. We have all 3 Zetas. Seer, we have the Zetas. We don't have a lot of Zeta mats. We have 3 and 3. So my thought here is that your first priority is to get to ticket farming for Lord Vader. And you don't even need to speed up ticket farming because you are so Zeta starved that you're not going to fully benefit from it. But just get to ticket farming. Your second priority is going to be to get to Zepho ready because you already have the Zetas there. You might as well do it. You might as well get through that and help your guild to getting Zepho. From there, your third priority is going to be Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon. All of these things being priority are important because you already have the Zetas, but you're so Zeta starved that you need to work on things that will help you as a player right now without stealing Zetas from you. You're going to be finishing gas, right? I know you're at 6. You're waiting on you're waiting on gas shards probably from Get 1. So you may have to pivot away from Vader being your first priority. Like if you're just hard stuck, then you go to the other things that don't require Zetas. And that's completely fine. Those 3 flip-flopping is okay. From that point, you are going to start investing all of your get 1 into Malik, because Leviathan is going to be your next priority, but it is going to take time due to the fact that you need to get that get 1 in there. Leviathan isn't your priority because of needing to get the 7 stars. It is your priority because you want to be in a position where you don't have to refresh Leviathan past 5 stars, where you can say, hey, I don't need this right now. I can let this build up for free, or maybe for like 1 refresh per month. Okay, that is going to kind of help you out. Being Reaver ready is going to be super important for you, just because I think that you probably have, I mean, unless you skipped out on these, I can only imagine you have all of the Zetas, right? Again, because of those Lightspeed tokens. So while you're building out all of the Zetas on like your Ezra and on your Satil and on your DS Ray, you're working on all of these things that just do not need any Zeta priority for you at all. And that's what makes them important. I think that your next major farm should really be Ahsoka. So after kind of everything going on here that doesn't require Zetas, you want Ahsoka to be your next major farm, because if we look at it, you're not very far at all, right? It's really just gas and a couple of offhand relics, but that will get you to tier, I don't know what tier it is, tier 5, 6, 7. It'll get you to the R7 tier of Peridia Patrol, and that's, you know, going to be something that is beneficial to you. Snorlax, I think you were the one that told me that it can be done without the Zetas. Is that correct?
Yes. No, tier 5, R5 tier. I'm not
The
sure about
R5
R7
tier
tier.
can be. The R7
He should.
tier,
I think he said that
maybe,
he's
maybe not.
already finishing the R5 tier.
Yes. Well, that's going to be my assumption, just based off of whatever. But when he brings these guys to R7, I'm not sure if he'll be able to do the R7 tier immediately without those Zetas. But it's not even something that you're doing offhand. It's something that you're doing as part of the Ahsoka farm. So essentially, what I'm trying to say is, the things you have isolated, you want to prioritize the farms that don't need Zetas first. Zepho, I think, is probably the most important. Duel of the Fates is your second most important. Where's the other one? Reva Ready is probably your third most important. Getting all of those things done so that you can apply Zetas to your other things. You can apply Zetas to Ezra and use Ezra with, you know, your Ray team. I would say, let me just check out these DS clones real quick. I always click on the wrong thing. DS clones, you have Scorch. 7 stars, 7 stars, 7 stars. So it seems like they are all 7 stars. I can't find the last one because I'm a fucking moron. 1, 2. Oh, I do. All right, do we have 4? Okay. You at least have one of CX2 Zetas. I think that because this is a gearing thing and a Zeta thing, that once you have finished the things that don't require Zetas, that Lord Vader and getting his clones would be a nice priority for you, because you're going to be focusing on gearing them while you're focusing on finishing the Malik farm and getting through the Malik farm. And honestly, the Lord Vader team, the old Lord Vader team, is just not super viable in this current game state in GAC. So you're going to want to bring up that team anyway. You have anything to add, Snorlax? I feel like I've just been talking for the last 15 minutes.
I saw his GLs are missing a couple of Zetas.
Well, he's in a
If you're
big,
any...
he's a light speed bundle player.
Yeah, it's a crunch.
That's why I think that right now his big priority is to focus on those little projects that are not Zeta projects, because he already has the Zetas for a lot of that stuff. As
I was just
far
wondering where you rate when to get the Zetas for the GLs, because most of them are good. He still has like a couple that are decent. Like some of them you can skip that. I was just looking. Some of them you definitely can skip them.
it depends.
A few of them are quite
I
decent to get.
personally feel like, other than C, who does have one that is literally useless, because you always use him with Watt for any player who
Mhm.
has Watt, that if you invest in a GL, you should give a GL all of the Zetas, even if they're middle of the road. But there are ones that are going to be less problematic, like for example, because you're using SLKR on offense against very specific things, his being immune to taunt effects is not as big of a deal. Jabba, what are we missing? We're missing Crime Lord and Galactic. We're missing Galactic Legend. That is, well,
He uses Jabba on defense, which is another I mean, I saw he uses it on defense because
actually,
I was just looking at his
yeah,
catch.
yeah. Actually,
I mean, if he uses it on offense, I feel it's okay
I could
because
see
Jabba is very
skipping
high.
I could see skipping Jabba's Galactic Legend just because he's not going to be the first to die, and if you get to
Yeah.
Jabba only, you're either dead or you're timing out anyway. So I
Mm.
mean, I can get that. I can understand that. Uh, it seems like the ones that he is missing are the smart ones to not be as big of a deal. So I think rounding out the teams is more important than getting these GL Zetas. Rebel Ambush.
He's
Afflicted
missing the
Buff.
C
Not as big a
basic,
deal.
which gives deceived, the special that gives protection recovery, which is quite nice on offense. Unless you use it with what, then it doesn't matter.
You increase
The
it
link, which
3
is just trash.
deceive for 2
Anyways.
turns. The Deceived is very nice, personally, on
Mhm.
C. He's missing a lot on C. So this is the one that's useless, the So Be It Jedi. That is the... No, sorry, not So Be It Jedi. Is it this one? Yeah,
The
Unravel
link.
Destiny is the useless one. Darkside Tank Allies gain Taunt because you're never using him with Taunt. So Be It Jedi, that protection recovery can be very, very, very useful to a player. I think we're in such a crunch that we need to look for the things that are going to be least Zeta dependent. In terms of uh, having like a stranger counter, there are two major ones. There's the Lord Vader team. There is also the Quad May team. With Quad May, you're probably going up against stranger. You're probably not going up against malls that are high relic in Kyber 3. I rarely see them even in Kyber 1. So Quad May should be okay. Once you bring those Duel of the Fate Boys to Relic 9, it's not going to be 100% reliable, but at the same time, we're currently in the Uber set. And the Focus Datacron is about a month in. So we can kind of hope that in the next 2 months that we'll see less there. But I think the major thing here is to focus on the things that don't need the Zetas right now. So that's Zepho, that's Duel of the Fates, that's getting Riva ready. Because even if you can't invest in Riva right away, you can help your guild procure those shards with what you have right now. And then moving into those other farms as instructed, and eventually moving into Ahsoka, which I think is the next major farm here.
Yeah.
Snorlax got mad at me. Oh, there we go. I thought he was pissed
Uh,
off at me, and he was
I
like,
was just
"No,
thinking, the quad make counter to stranger, doesn't it get worse after attacker con is gone? Because you can't just
we don't know.
target the site.
We don't. We don't. We have to see when that
I mean,
happens.
because
Nobody's.
the ones that I see is the triple attacker variation of attacker con is the most consistent
Yes,
with
it
quad me.
is. It 100% is. But we, Same thing with Lord Vader. We see it with the current Krons. Will it be?
Yeah.
And it's not even reliable if the stranger team goes after Lord Vader, you're kind of screwed. Like if you get hard targeted, and I've been hard targeted, and it
Mhm.
kind of sucks. It's just a team that right now does not have a hard, reliable counter. It has a lot of like soft counters, but no counter that is like this will work 100% of the time. I am hearing Balin with the FTC, but like that's really not uh you know an option for everybody because that FTC is going to be very, very, very expensive. And it's temporary.
Hasn't been really tested as well.
It hasn't been tested a lot, but
Yeah.
we're gonna see. We're gonna find out there. You've been using JMK. I haven't tried JMK against the stranger with Maul. I don't think. I mean, we can look at insights. I don't think it's going to be reliable. Right? Like we look at stranger, Star Killer, Maul, usually Visa
I
and
mean, it can still
Barris.
work, but I think it's more of a two-shot thing. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
I'm
more of a
actually
two-shot thing.
looking
I can't
here.
remember.
I mean,
There was
let's
something that someone talked about. It was a JMK cat and someone and what to give cat
and what
the attack so that she can just target someone else and just be a reliable two-shot because you
doesn't.
just get rid of someone else for the
Yes. So
attack. I
and that
think yes.
becomes a two-shot thing, right? Because like we look at
Yeah.
this. I mean, we look at 100% here, but that's one battle. We don't know how reliable that is. Um, and that's with Barris Kron, not the FDC that everybody seems to have right now. But listen, Wraith, that's where I would go. That's how I would do it. And if Snorlax disagrees with me, then Snorlax is wrong. That's just how it is. Um, did I miss this one? UEA Mika. Let me just double check because I'm not sure if I did. I did. Oh, I did. Okay. All right. I'm talking to myself now. All right. We have one more we're gonna do, and then I have a movie that we're going to. We're going to see that Undertone movie, whatever it's called. Velancy. It is what we're at 20. Let's say 208. Yeah, I don't. It's. I don't think it's gonna work later on Warlock, and especially with that FTC in there.
Yeah.
Velancy type of review standard. Looking for advice on current and future farms, and if I should go back and add more relics to old teams, and even remod some characters. I don't purchase any passes. Have bought Lightspeed bundles in the past. I will say the episode pass is one of the best damn values in this game. I buy it every month. It's just that valuable. Fleet Arena, currently 31. Everyone above is Leviathan with a couple of Profundity and Executors. Not sure if there's a Discord or group chat for my Shard. Assault Battles, not sure how to check what tiers I have completed on them all, but a couple of them I have at CT3. There is no way to check. You just have to kind of know your account and know where you are. Currently working on Shard farming, DS clones, IG90, and some ships. Seer, Quadme, and Admiral Radis, relics and mods, Bo-Katan, Mando Journey Guide. A lot of proving grounds down here that are like halfway through. Luthen will be unlocked after this current conquest. Ezra, this is from a few days ago, so you probably are unlocking Ezra because of the bonus shards. Maybe Rey because of the bonus shards. Are you dead set on continuing? I'm fine with swapping or changing, but would love to not leave an unfinished project. I think that one of the worst pieces of advice that people give is start a farm, finish a farm. I hate that advice personally. I don't think it's good advice. I think that people do need to know when to pivot, but obviously I haven't looked at this account yet. Extra notes. I was considering C and JMK since I'm pretty close. 13k era currency, so I can buy a character or two at relics. Was considering putting a couple screenshot of my current teams used in GAC, TW, and Conquest. Curious if I should swap out anyone for someone else. That becomes a tougher issue because it also depends on what you're playing against in GAC. You know, I have people who do like to pay me to scout for them, and I just don't recommend that for most people because it is very time consuming and it's its own level of thing versus like an on-stream roster review. For this account, I'm gonna say somewhere around probably 6 to 7 million. What are you thinking, Snorlax?
Leaning into a lot of people being Leviathan, I feel like it's a slightly older account.
Yes, it probably is an older account, but I
Yeah.
think maybe a break in there, or I don't
Yeah,
know.
probably a break, I think. Looks like most of the old proving grounds of that. I think probably around 8 mil. I think it's slightly more.
Okay.
I would
Uh,
venture the guess. I don't
and,
think it's
and
too low.
and they do
GP.
buy Lightspeed bundles, so it is possible that they do have
Yeah.
a lot of propped up
It could be high
GP.
as well. But yeah.
It always hates me when I guess low because then I go, oh man, it's not good. When I guess too high, then it's a good thing. So let's see. So almost 10 million, 9.7 million.
You definitely lowballed it.
Definitely lowball that. We only have Executor here. We do have Punishing one, or at least we're climbing with Executor. A couple of profundities. I'd
Has
really
Fury
love for you to
class.
get more. What?
He or she has Fury class and Melgus. So
Should be okay. All right, let's see where we're at here. We're still missing. I'm fucking Mike Tyson here. We are missing the ships, and unfortunately, a lot of the Sith ships are
yeah.
Cantina farms, which does kind of suck. Let's go into our tools. Let's check out where we're at. Ahsoka's far. All of these are far. Leia, we have Leviathan. Let's check out. We are not Reva ready, but we do have Cal. Afra, Profundity, Executor are done. Jabba is done. Inquisitor, Vader. Have JMK. I don't know if I'd say that I'm. Is JMK what you said you're close to? Considering C and JMK, since I'm pretty close, I don't know if I agree that you're pretty close. You're closer to C. Definitely.
Oh.
Ahsoka. What are we missing with Ahsoka? We have Cat at here. Okay. Check out the Duel of the Fate Boys because those matter. Battle for Naboo. Oh, it kills me. It does. It kills me every time that these guys are not Relic 9. They really do need to be Relic 9, right?
And yeah.
Especially around this GP. Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, I just ASAP should be Relic 9 for that assault battle. It is a high value, a very, very, very high value event. I would hazard to say that I would probably advise against going for C. I know it can be interesting to go, oh, hey, I'm super close. And if you were at like 400 carbonate circuit boards, I'd say, yeah, you're close. But at like 800, you're kind of midway there. And he's not really game changing to have. I would almost rather see you going towards Ahsoka, and even though you're so much further away, or at the very least going for JMK, because at least you'll have a useful team since you do have Commander Ahsoka, though she is not built up yet, and that alone will get you closer to Ahsoka. I would like to see you getting Leviathan. I really want to see you get Fleet Crystals. The problem is that a lot of those farms that you need right now are Cantina farms, and they are going to close you out of other things. If I remember correctly, we look at like Sith Assassin, who is a Cantina farm, and you could say, oh, just Lightspeed token that. But if I'm remembering right, the ship is on the same node. So you're going to have to farm that character, the good old fashioned way anyway. I
Yeah.
think,
He doesn't have the shots for the ship yet as well.
yeah, I think that
Or
I
at least
would.
he didn't upgrade the star level. Maybe he has the shots, just hasn't upgraded star level.
It's
We can't
possible,
tell.
but I can't tell. So I have to always assume that he just doesn't have those ships. I'm not going to say you should hard prioritize this because you are going to have to like shut down your signal data farms, and that can be really, really tough to kind of tell players to do that. But I am going to say that you should start putting some priority towards this, even if that means just like 5 to 10 battles a day towards these ships so that you can work towards Leviathan while also working towards your other goals, because Leviathan is an important goal for a player at your account level for your fleet shard, and just to get yourself into Kyber and just finish out fleets. It's one of the most important things you should do. This should really be a background farm right now for you while you're working on everything else as a foreground farm. Your first priority is Duel of the Fates and getting those to Relic 9 hands down. Cal, let's see your guild. Your guild is probably not forcing you to get Cal Kestis run. They're probably already opening Zepho. But, I mean, let's see. Like Cal, you have the Zetas already. This is kind of what I was saying before to WraithThree.
Yeah. They just need a couple of relics.
It's just relic levels. So I would put this on your priority list because it helps your guild out. And you're going to be hitting those Zeta gates in the community, in everything you're doing right now. I know you have Lord Vader, so let's take a look at your clones. Clones are low. Oh boy, we are far from those clones. Oh. Okay. So then I think what I would do is you're going to background farm Leviathan on 5 battles a day. And the way that I do my Cantina farms is in the morning, I do all my refreshes on signal data. And then during my midday reset, I do all of those battles on whatever I'm Cantina farming. Whether that's 5 battles, 8 battles, 10 battles, doesn't matter. And that allows me to stay ahead. Leviathan is going to be your background farm. Lord Vader, his clones are also going to be a background farm. 5 battles a day, nothing more. Everything else I would put towards JMK right now, so that you have just a nice team. You're kind of middle of the road on how far you are from JMK right now. You do have Commander Ahsoka. You will have a useful team out of this. And I think that, honestly, depending on how close you are to Leviathan after you're done with JMK, and you probably will still need to do more on Leviathan because there's so many Cantina farms there, I would hard pivot after this to Ahsoka Tano, because she has one of the best resource events in the game, because you're already going to be building yourself out a little bit here with Commander Ahsoka Tano, because there is an extra resource event with the Peridia boys. I just think that that's what makes sense. I don't know if I have anything else to say here, but Snorlax always keeps me honest and catches me off guard on things that I forgot. So please school me in your ways.
I think you actually got most of the stuff here. I
like
agree
how
with basically everything you said.
I like your backhanded compliment there of you got most of it. You're missing something.
Probably all of it then.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but talking about how close they are to, like, talking about C and JMK, I would say that they're not. If you consider light speed tokens, they're not too far. Though they have 2 available now, right? Is that what they said?
Yes.
Can't
So we
remember if
have
that's what they said.
2 lightspeed tokens available. And then I actually am curious when you say that. I'm going to look at era units. All right. So we don't put
28. Oh
4.
God.
No, so we're doing 4 stars, which means you're going to get 2, right?
Yeah.
Two extra Kyber
Yeah.
lightspeed tokens there that can be used on some of these farms to get you even closer than you already are. And you're not like a fast player, so you are going to need some of those farms anyway. I think C does not offer you enough benefit with being closer. If you are like much closer, I'd say, yeah, you might as well get it. Any GL is a good GL. But I think JMK is going to offer you a lot more utility. It's going to lead you slightly into Ahsoka. And then, you know, by the time you're thinking about Ahsoka, you will be able to apply 2 Kyber Lightspeed tokens and kind of move yourself through these farms a little bit quicker. And then the other Lightspeed tokens that you're going to get from, you know, from Coliseum to get those characters to relic levels as well to move closer. It's just what makes the most sense to me. Whew. All right. So with that said, Snorlax, unless you have something else to add, I think we are good for this morning.
Yeah.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all for me.
Sounds good. So I am going to see a movie, which means I need to step out. It doesn't look like anybody that I know is. Hey, Sin. And yes, and Padawan Sabine can take the Mandalore token if you want to go that route as well. Going to see a movie. I hope that you guys found this helpful. Tomorrow starts Hell Week. I am always so very excited for Hell Week, but it is always a much more exciting brunch as well when we get there. So with that said, thank you for joining me today. If you are on YouTube and not subscribed, rectify that. Come on, guys. Don't be assholes. But with that said,